Hello and welcome back to a long overdue rambling hour.
We interrupt your regular programming because my PC is in repairs.
Yes, so we had a completely different setup and today we will therefore not be playing Thingy, Grey Matter.
Wow, you already forgot the name of the game, it's been so long.
Yes.
Do you remember what was happening in it?
Ghosts.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough to know, yes.
Instead, we will bring you today the Guild 2 Renaissance.
Yay, awesome. We have a lot of shit to talk about.
We do. So, honey, any of these maps that you're like, ooh, play that one, play that one.
Transylvania, it's perfect.
It's Halloween, so yeah, okay. Dorsburg, okay.
Yeah, it's Halloween today.
Yes, it is
Halloween. It's literally today. Oh shit, I'm supposed to be in a chat with someone. Ah, never mind.
You're supposed to be in a chat?
Yeah, with some friends who were all like, let's hang out on Halloween.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not sure if I'm down for it yet, so we'll see about that.
Yeah, let's just...
Are you sure you want to be a dude? A very boring dude?
All the dudes are boring in this game and the women aren't much better, I'll show you.
What is our goal in this game?
The goal of this game is build a dynasty.
I love what the tits are doing.
Ah ja, das sind große deutsche Kanones, ja.
Transylvania is not Germany.
No, I know. But yeah, men, women...
So what's the goal of the game?
You basically start a business, start a family, and try to just carry that through to the ages.
Let's do the nonsensical thing of being a woman in the Renaissance.
This is not the Renaissance, by the way.
What is this?
This is the 1300s.
Oh, this is even worse to be a lady businessman.
Yeah.
Although this predates the active witch hunts, doesn't it? Because I've read some theories, nothing proven, that witch hunts was partially to just shut women up as well.
Yeah, fair, but...
But I don't know how true that is,
yeah.
So whatever. Also, religion?
Yeah, you can be either Catholic or Protestant.
Protestant all the way, fuck statues.
Okay, you wanna be Protestant? It barely changes things. Unless you actually try to become a priest, which you can be in this game.
This also shows how much I know about religion, because my idea of Protestant is fuck statues.
Kinda. So there we are.
How I learned about Protestantism in school. Oh yeah, we had the storm of statues. Excuse me, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of people are upset and broke a bunch of statues.
In Dutch, they do indeed call it, literally translated, the storm of statues, or the statue
storming
storm.
Of, yeah, just that people apparently went into churches or whatever, or holy places, and destroyed statues there because...
By the way, are you keeping track of time?
Oh shit, we need to keep track of time.
Yeah. We are very out of it, huh?
Well, we're on a new setup. Okay, I'm keeping track of time.
Body and soul can be a heavy responsibility.
So yeah, I was still going on about Protestantism and how much I understand about it. But I don't remember why they did the statue thing. I guess it's just because the church was rich and they didn't agree with the church being rich.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of against some of the shit that's in the Bible, but you can interpret the Bible a million ways and still get away with it.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, indeed, I suppose it was Lutheranism. Because, you know, Protestantism is not one big thingy. There's a bunch of denominations within there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Run, bitch, run.
Yeah, there we go. No, but I think it was Lutheranism that specifically said, "Hey, this is idolatry. We should not have idolatry."
Which is kind of pagan.
Greetings.
And we can't have paganism.
Morning, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
So,
see, this is why I'm a
last
Protestant.
bite from my lovely
I
cheese
don't believe in
toast.
God or the scriptures or anything of that sort, so...
A new title of nobility, what?
Without trying to shit on it. If you believe in it and it gives you comfort, that's fine. If you believe in it and you're trying to shove it in other people's mouths, please stop that. It's creepy.
You shall soon receive a dispatch informing you of the outcome.
You're just blabbering on while this guy is like yelling in my ear, so...
So you don't even know what I'm saying anymore?
Already, yeah.
Okay, great. Let's move away from the topic of
Prostitution? No!
Protestantism. Is that the word?
Yes.
I find it difficult to discuss religion beyond my native tongue.
Yes, that is the word, though.
Yeah.
Are there no buildings for sale? Really? Ah, here we are. Buildings for sale.
Hut could be worse.
Yeah, the random names for places are...
Unique tunics. Awesome. Cruel cutthroats.
Herbal novelties.
Donations welcome.
The Scum Bar. Here's one for you.
I'd buy that.
Yeah, but...
Can we afford it?
We can afford it, but we can't actually use it.
Oh.
Because we are a patron, so we're like... We can't do smuggling or any of the sorts.
Boring!
Okay, it looks like there's no farm available, so we'll have to build one ourselves.
Okay.
What would be a good spot? Also, we've been getting... Yeah, we've gotten the title, we've got our privileges.
Congratulations. You're a nobleman in the
No.
1300s.
No, we're a yeoman.
What's the difference?
A yeoman is like, you can actually do a job. Good job.
Oh, so everybody else could be lazy?
No, everybody else is, you can do a job as well. But, you know, under servitude of someone else.
Let's not go back to feudalism.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, we haven't even gotten into the streak of bad luck we've had.
Well, maybe let's start with the fun bits.
No, let's start with the streak of bad luck and then finish with the fun bits.
Okay, fine.
So, we've just said that my PC is in repairs. That was the last thing that happened that wasn't too fun, to be honest. The day before that, before we noticed that my PC didn't want to start up anymore, I tested positive for the big C.
Yes, so we have someone who has the virus.
I have the virus. We both got tested. This man does not have it.
Nope.
And as you can hear, I sound pretty fine. It hasn't broken out or anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the virus isn't going to break out since I'm vaccinated, and generally my white blood cells are absolute chats.
Yeah. Between the two of us, if one of us tends to get sick, it's me, but not this time.
If I get sick, you usually come with me.
Yep. Fine, let's build it.
So
here.
let's hope it doesn't break out, because if it does...
Yeah.
You're buggered. But maybe I'm not even that infectious either.
Yeah, I don't know how...
I don't know how diseases work in that sense, to be honest.
I don't know how it happened, but she got infected.
I have a guess on how it happened.
And I have been living next to you like 24/7 for over a week. And when we tested last week, it was like, oh yeah, you're negative. Your wife's positive. It was like, I've drank from her drinks. I have kissed her. We've been cuddling all night.
He ate my food.
I ate her food.
Well, not stealing, you know, like whenever I have enough and I'm like, it's just a little bit, do you want it?
Yeah.
You know, like that, before people think that I don't get to eat in this household.
But you don't get to eat in this household.
What? How do I live still then?
Honest beer, no less.
You've been going on the street being all like, please, could you spare a little munch for a poor woman?
This would be strange since I have a wage.
Yeah, I know. I'm kidding.
What was the bad luck before that? Oh yeah! And before that, one of the fun things we'll get to is we've been on a trip, but on our way back from the trip, with trains, with the Deutsche Bahn, fuck Deutsche Bahn now.
Maybe you should first say where we've been.
Yes. We've been to Berlin.
For a week.
And when we came back, on the last day, our actual train that we were supposed to take back got cancelled.
Yep.
And so we had to take a swap in Cologne?
Yeah.
Cologne? Cologne?
Cologne is
okay, that's the English way
name.
of saying it. Look, Europe is confusing, especially if you speak 3 languages, you know about 3 names for most cities. It's great.
Has been finished.
Yep.
Belgium is an absolute mess in that sense.
Yay, our farm is done.
What are we going to farm?
kind of
Yep.
farms?
No source of raw materials.
Right, we need to make a barley field first.
Barley? Are we gonna make beer?
Probably, yeah.
Because that's what barley is used in for in Faro.
Yeah.
Do you know the Dutch word for barley? Because I don't.
I don't know either, actually.
I'm trying to remember it now, and I'm like, I don't actually fucking know what
No
barley
source
is.
of raw materials can be found.
Okay, do I first have to sow it,
I'm going to
or-
bloody Google that.
I have kind of forgotten how to play this game, so oops.
That's great. You can mess around, and I'll talk about how we managed to get from Berlin to Köln. So we took the train that our train was supposed to be attached to, all the way to Düsseldorf. No, not to Düsseldorf. We thought we could swap to a train to Köln in Duisburg.
Yeah.
It turns out that there's works between Duisburg, Düsseldorf, and Köln.
Hmm.
So that train didn't stop in Köln anymore. So we had to swap in Düsseldorf anyway. And it looks like a lot of people were going that way, because that train was stamped.
Yep.
Considering that I maybe picked up the C, the big C, the Coron, in Berlin, that's not good for that train and the people who were on there. I hope I didn't infect anyone
That's all
else.
it is.
Yeah, let's hope not.
Barley.
Anyway, I figured out how to
You figured out
sow
how
a
to do
field.
it again?
Yes.
Okay, Wikipedia, give me Herfst.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder I couldn't think of it. It's completely different than the English word.
So yeah, there we go. Yeah, that
So
lady
that-
that's following us, I'm trying to court her so she becomes my wife.
That's weird. That's awkward.
It's just
That's
a way
all it
to make
is.
sure she doesn't go running off.
Dangerous.
And here's the best pickup lines that you've ever seen in video games.
Thank you for your kind and gentle words, sir.
Thank you for your kind and gentle words, sir.
Don't run off.
So there you go. That's the streak of bad luck so far. I'm quarantining for 10 days now.
Yes.
And I am quarantining along because, well...
Our trip home took like, what, 12 hours instead of 10?
Yep. Yep.
We were exhausted. I think I slept most of the next day. I had a massive headache.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the closest I got to actually having an outbreak of corona. If I was then already carrying it.
Yeah, except that, you know, you're still barely out of your incubation period, honey, so...
Oh well, maybe in 3 days I'll be coughing my lungs out. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
I am just counting on my my white blood cells being absolute chats, as I've always been. There's a good explanation for that, actually. That I don't get very sick often. As a baby, I got really sick.
Yeah, well, so did I.
And apparently getting fucked up sick as a baby is a good way to not really get sick very often later on in life.
Okay.
Not only was I allergic to animal fats, so I couldn't have regular milk. Yay!
Oh, that's fun.
So what kind of milk did you have? Soy milk? Soy milk wasn't okay either. I don't know why. I can only literally translate it because I've never seen it as a product anywhere, but my parents claim I got astronaut's milk. Whatever that means. I don't even know what's in it. I've never seen it. Because I haven't needed it since
Congratulations.
baby.
Yeah.
It's an allergy I grew out of. But the problem was, because I had that allergy, my parents had brought me to the hospital,
Honest beer,
and there I
no
got
less.
salmonella
Drop
from the
price.
hospital.
I think the woman I was courting just ran off.
Woman, come back! I need you!
Yeah, quite literally, I need you.
Quick, he's distracted. Run before he rapes me.
Blessed are those who do.
No rape! No rape!
No, we're going to make terrible pickup lines.
You can apparently have an affair in this game, but no rape.
So, because I was massively allergic and had salmonella as a baby, that they couldn't even use proper medicine for, because apparently it was a hospital with salmonella.
Honest beer, no less.
I was sick as fuck.
Mm.
Eventually my parents decided, fuck this hospital, they're blaming us for bringing in salmonella. And they're not even providing real solutions, and they have fed our child soy milk and made the whole situation even worse. We're taking her back home, and we're gonna refuse to pay the bill. Now there is one thing to know about Belgium, and refusing to pay your hospital bill. We have a place called the OCMW.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Which is normally help for, how should I put it? People who are borderline in poverty or already in poverty.
Yeah.
That's a good way of describing it.
Yeah.
And they paid the bill for my parents, and then demanded my parents pay them. It's just like, oh, we're just assuming you're too poor to pay for the hospital. So they were also kind of pissed about that.
Yeah, knowing your parents, they're like, how dare you insult us that way?
Yes, that's an accurate description of my parents. So there you go, that's how I survived childhood. I got really sick and my parents took me out of the hospital, which is very unusual. Apparently I didn't even want to drink the first few days.
Yeah. My lovely wife was almost dead as a baby. Christ.
Yeah. I could have been dead. And according to my mom, the first, what do you call a child doctor? Is that a pediatrist? Words are hard today.
I don't think so. I think that's like feet and stuff.
Okay. Whatever. The first child doctor they had insisted that if they wanted me to survive, they had to sit there with the bottle in my face the entire fucking time. I refused to drink. They eventually gave up, went to a different child doctor who's like, okay, when it's time to eat, put the drink in front of her face for 10 minutes tops, and then leave it alone, and then the next time it's time for drinking, try again. It took him 3 tries and I was drinking again.
Okay.
So there you go. Children will eventually drink again. Just don't try to force it. It's annoying.
Was there a public house for sale? Doesn't look like it. No. I'm not gonna buy a windmill yet for a bakery. That's just...
So, to my surprise, even as a baby, I was a stubborn little shit. Didn't know what was good for me.
Let's see. Can I build this like somewhat central in town? No. Bah.
Is this a problem?
Not really a problem, more that, you know, it's just better if you have a bar in the center of town.
I'll come out to the outside of town for your bar. There isn't a bar anywhere, right?
No. Not that I've... well, maybe there is, but like, there's definitely not one for sale.
So, we've talked about...
there we go. There's one, but like, yeah, not for sale.
We've talked about our streak of bad luck. Oh yeah, by the way, we're both quarantining, just in case. No, it's not a big deal. We can both work from home.
Indeed.
As silly as it might sound. We might be talking differently in 10 days. I don't have a computer for now, so this is why we're doing this again. Just as a reminder.
On my machine. Well, people aren't seeing that it's different, of course, but...
No.
Wow.
But they are seeing that we're not continuing our usual playthrough, so I'm very sorry.
Yeah. Wow.
We'll continue with Grey Matter at another time.
That name, though.
Pleasure Palace. Plebs not wanted.
Gee, thanks for the hostility.
If you want a courtesan, you better bring cash.
Yep.
Lots of it.
And first
do you need your glasses?
First day is
You're doing
almost
the
gonna go over.
molting.
I'm squinting, not molting. Also, I was apparently wrong. It's 1400, not 13. Maybe the date changes depending on what map you pick, because I sure as hell remember some games starting in 1300.
It's fine. Details, details. Life didn't change so much between 1300 and 1400. It did.
For one, they had to go through a little plague.
Yes. Speaking of streaks of bad luck.
Yep.
I don't know where I saw this, but somebody like found an old pamphlet about the plague and how to prevent it. Remember, this predates knowing about bacteria or modern medicine or being aware of what viruses are or knowing what hygiene means.
Yeah.
Isn't this also the period of time where most people believed that diseases came from bad air and stuff?
Among other things, vapor theory, humor theory, those were all kind of things.
Okay, so people believed, between quotation marks, weird things because they didn't know any better. So, this pamphlet, I remember, was all like, it's bad air. If somebody gets the plague near you, go to another town. Go to the sea. Find healthier air. That's one way of avoiding it, I guess. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't we pretty much determine that the plague came from fleas that have bitten rats that carried it? And then bit
Someone
humans?
feels neglected.
No. Actually, around. Fleas carried it. They bit rats, who brought it into the rat's bloodstream, and that's how it just kept spreading. And that was just some rat on human.
How did the rats bring it to the humans then?
Probably bitten or just feces, stuff like that.
I can imagine the fleas doing it as well.
It happened, but yeah.
Okay, so flea kisses, rat kisses, and rat piss and poop.
Yeah.
There. Eventually they did figure that out, even before they really knew about germ theory. Because at some point I managed to figure out, like, if we kill all the rats as much as possible, it seems to stop.
Blessed are those who do.
Which is quite interesting, and there are some historical cases of some, the closest thing you had to a doctor at the time, being smart enough to wash themselves whenever they treated these people.
Yeah.
Or even washing the people. I find that actually a very fascinating period in history, because it must have been fucking terrifying.
Oh, it just certainly was.
The best explanation you have at the time is like, God is mad at us.
Uh-huh. Pretty much.
How's your courting going?
Well, she was feeling neglected, so I'm sending
Providing for body
Madhu
and
to
soul can be
her
a heavy
to give her a little
responsibility.
cuddle.
Just a cuddle.
Yeah.
Run faster, bitch. You need a cuddle.
Oh, she's in the worker's house, so I can't enter that.
Has more important things to do at the moment. Woman, come outside and hug me. Is that lady...
T-posing?
Is she asserting her dominance?
Maybe. I mean, she is level 4, so...
She's asserting her dominance, people.
Also a yo woman, so... She's not an ordinary character.
So she can assert her dominance by T-posing.
Yeah, and by running businesses and such as well. That's kind of the weird thing, so...
Let's just keep it at T-posing.
So... this game kind of tries to simulate an entire town economy where both the player and, like, NPCs have input on things.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, like... Personally, I feel that there's a lot of verbs that are hinted at you should be capable of doing.
Mm-hmm.
But the way to actually do them is like, how the fuck does this work? For example...
Wait, there will be war?
Yeah, but, you know, you're just there for the economics, really. Usually. So, whatever.
We don't care about war, we're the rich people.
No, we're poor as fuck. No, but an example of mechanics that are being hinted at that should be possible is like, oh yeah, you can when there's a business you want, you can basically do a hostile takeover somehow, but I don't know how.
And you already can figure out how to play this game an hour ago.
Yeah, well. Like I said, this game has a lot of hinting at you can do this, and then it's like, well...
Was there any bad luck things I forgot?
Honest beer, no less.
Sentencing
not
has been
really.
changed.
So we can
Let's
start
go.
getting into...
The fun stuff?
Fun stuff!
I suppose.
Okay, you may have noticed we haven't uploaded in ages, and we were already spotty before that.
Yeah. So, basically, first of all, we finally have had our 1-year anniversary of our wedding party.
Yes.
That was a big one.
It was okay. COVID rules were softened up.
His COVID rules were softened up.
And it has been more than 2-3 weeks, so since nobody said they got to see, we didn't infect anyone.
We believe. So yeah, that was a nice thing that happened. Came out a little more deaf than before.
I'm sorry, honey.
I should have thought of bringing earplugs. It's on me. It's not on you.
I should help you remember it.
Hmm.
We're with 2 people now. We're basically attached to the hip. Which is
Yeah.
why it's so surprising that I have the COVID and you don't.
Yes! I swear, if like in 2 weeks from now I have to get tested again, right?
Yes.
If I come out and I'm negative again, I'll just be like, here's a little lesson in trickery.
Please remember the entire lyrics of that song. Are you
Oh,
trying
okay.
to hit on someone else?
No, that's her.
That was an interesting conversation.
Like I told you, the dialogue in this game is like...
Yeah, that was an interesting conversation. Many thanks.
The dialogue in this game is a special kind of bad.
Oh my god.
To work.
My lady, you have the most beautiful, wonderful skin. That was a very interesting conversation. Many thanks. I just... Excuse me, what?
Oh wait, I need wheat in order to make... Oh, not barley. Shit! Okay.
Wait, you can't use barley for beer?
No, I need to use wheat. But I am only making barley right now.
What can you use the barley for?
Probably can mill it down for flour later, but I am not gonna do that yet, so I am just gonna sell all this.
Okay.
Because we need to make some money.
Be right there.
Trying to remember some other things. So yeah, the reason why we were very spotty earlier, 2 months ago already, was because we were preparing for the wedding celebration thing.
Yep.
Because it was really short notice that everything went, because only like start of August or mid-August did we know that everything would be okay.
Almost, and I think it was even end of August, hun.
So yeah, close to the end of August we finally knew that it would be okay to do the things. I was already working again at that point.
Yep.
In the office, not at home. And then it basically became a stream of like, just do everything as soon as possible. I've been using checklists ever since. Just writing down what I think needs to be done. And to make my life even better, I had the bright idea before we even knew whether or not the wedding would go through that I would make a gift for my dad. Hand painted by myself. Digitally though, but you know.
Yep.
No, I did not finish it until like, what, 2 weeks ago? No, this week. Last week. I have no sense of time anymore, excuse me. Yeah?
Come on.
And now what?
Do you not have the right seeds?
Ah.
That's
Wheat.
all it is.
Wheat. What's wheat again in Dutch?
I think tarwe?
Tarwe, gerst. We're doing the average porridge.
Yeah.
Do not give yourself extra things to do when you're trying to quickly smash together a wedding celebration.
No.
And the amazing thing was, even though it was like such short notice, pretty much everyone we invited said yes.
Yeah.
The only people who didn't say yes were afraid of their health.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be like,
and one who was on a holiday. Well, had a holiday planned for the period.
Yeah, I had already a holiday planned. And one couple that couldn't cross the borders because Brexit is a bitch. Yay.
Yeah.
And of all of those people who said no, I understand.
Mm.
If you're afraid of getting sick, I understand. I'm currently
That's all
not that
it is.
afraid anymore of really getting sick from this COVID with the
Because you
vaccine.
have it.
No, in the sense that we have the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
We've had both vaccines. So far, there have not been reports of a
Yes.
variant that really gets past the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
All of the vaccines soften up any sickness you get from it. So, at the end of the road,
My
I'm
feet
not that
hurt.
afraid of it.
Yeah.
No road is
And
too
I think
long.
that is a fair remark to make.
No, I guess so.
You guess so?
Mm-hmm.
The wedding party itself was really fun.
Yep.
I had a hairdo that was amazing. Yeah.
Everybody seemed to have really enjoyed themselves
Yeah,
during the
not
party as well.
Not a single person seems to have not enjoyed themselves.
Nope.
We don't seem to have
With
bored
pleasure.
anyone with our mini replacement ceremony, which was great.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was the one thing I was afraid of. Like, sure, it's our wedding celebration
Yep.
electric boogaloo. And we basically planned in that ceremony to replace the actual wedding ceremony because most people hadn't
A
been at
counting
the
house is
actual
buying
wedding.
materials for building
It was
construction.
basically our parents and witnesses and related children that could not be left alone.
Yeah.
That was the original wedding celebration. So those two people did have two ceremonies from us now.
Yeah.
And what we basically did was, we called it the glass ceremony, which is it was inspired on sand ceremonies, where
Yeah.
people get colored sand and pour it into a flask, blah de blah de blah.
And we thought, man, that's kind of boring.
Let's do it ourselves, yay! We pour it in a flask with glass, and then we can turn it into a work.
Into a glass sculpture.
Yeah. Now the problem with that is, sure, we did the ceremony, but now we're in quarantine, so we
Yeah.
can't do it because
Yeah.
it was like planned for what, coming weekend, next weekend.
Next weekend, yeah. Was supposed to be the...
So shit out of luck, this couple.
Yeah.
Nothing
That's-
but
And that present for my dad is also
rolling.
planned to be printed soon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when it's gonna be done, but I'm gonna assume it's going to be in the middle of my quarantine, so I'm probably gonna have to send my mom out for it.
Yeah.
And ask her to arrange the framing of it.
Yeah. There we go. Now we actually have some income arranged.
Congratulations. It only took you 2 days, I think. In-game days.
Yeah.
Unless an in-game day is much longer.
Well, here's the funny thing. Every time an in-game day goes over, 4 years pass.
What's with the money thing?
Yeah, she's earning money for something. I do not know what she's doing. Quacksolve. Okay.
She's selling snake oil?
Yes.
No wonder she's T-posing to,
Assert her dominance.
yes. That was it, isn't it?
I think so. Well, then there's the other good thing that we did.
Oh, right, we went on a trip.
We went on a
But we've
big
set
trip.
everything in relation to the wedding, right?
Think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Here. Okay, fine. We'll kiss her.
Will she appreciate it?
Always a chance that she goes, ow, you bit my lip.
What? Was she not happy?
Ouch! You lout!
There you go. Called it.
You kind of suck at relationships, sir.
That's all it is.
Alrighty then. So we went on a trip.
Yes, we went on a week-long trip to Berlin to just, you know, have a city trip completely organized by ourselves for once.
Yay! We didn't do it 100% perfectly. We missed a couple of things because we should have gotten tickets 2 months in advance or some shit.
Yeah, yeah. We wanted to go into the glass dome of the Bundestag for one.
Yeah, that takes
But that
months.
needs to be reserved at least a month in advance, and we didn't know that. So yeah, that was a shame. And a couple of other musea that wanted advanced booking that were also just completely booked. But we managed to do a whole lot otherwise.
Pre-booking is also why we didn't get to do the spy museum.
Yeah. People were really hyped for that spy museum.
Apparently it's good. I don't know. I'd love to say it's good, but I don't know. So, let's go over where we went. Day 1, we came by train.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah. And then we had a nice walk. And we went to eat somewhere.
Yes. Yeah, so we looked on Google Maps for nearby restaurants, and Tox here was all like, "Oh, there's a Russian place nearby."
I didn't tell him the name ahead of time.
I'm like, "I've never had Russian before. I am honestly kind of curious." So we go out, we walk that way, and I'm like, "So okay, what's this place named?" And she says, "Army Kitchen." What?
It's the Feldkuchen!
Feldkuchen slash Army
You have
Kitchen.
become ill.
Yeah, and they basically served borscht and Russian pierogies. I don't know what the name was anymore.
Yeah, just, you know, very simple.
Dumplings!
Okay, let's try to be beguiling. Let's not do the kissing again.
What if you hurt her ear?
That was an interesting conversation. Many thanks.
Yes.
I'm mildly concerned of how aware she is that she's being hit on.
Well, I mean, you officially have to start with like, hey, let's court her, you know, so... And
she knows it's
I
happening.
need to
Let's
go
go.
see a doctor, it seems, because I have gotten sick.
You caught a cold. He has the C!
No.
The Koron.
No.
So yeah, we went to the
No Koron.
Feldkuchen and he was going to bail out this sissy boy.
Oh. I was a little nervous about it, I will admit.
And I was like, look, I've never had a bad borscht in my life. Let's go.
First time for everything. But no, it was fine. It was fine.
The borscht was
Also,
good. And they served it in... You know the words.
yeah, gamels. Well, they weren't actual, like, full-on gamels, but, like, close enough to gamels, yeah.
Very shitty army pots. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
So it fit the team.
Did I send the barley? Yeah, it certainly fit the team. And I sent the barley instead of the... God damn it.
You seem like such a smarty pants sometimes.
My foot hurt. Where would you like to go to?
This one needs to send the wheat.
The wheat,
The wagon
the wheat.
creaks.
There we go.
So yeah, that was our first day. And then a night walk.
Yeah.
What did we do the second day?
A whole tour of the Tiergarten, remember?
Oh yeah, we fucking broke our legs walking.
Yes, because we didn't think, and we're like, okay, let's do a long walk along the Tiergarten, and then on the way back we'll just take the subway or something to go back, you know, just
And
save
this
ourselves.
man didn't bring you the subway tickets.
Nope, I didn't bring our subway tickets. So it
He was like, yeah, we don't need the tickets right now.
yeah. So we just walked back, and that was a bit of mistake.
That was a massive mistake.
But oh well. And in the evening we visited the DDR museum.
Yes, because that was
No,
the only thing
not
that was
Dance Dance Revolution, people.
That was the only thing open that late in the evening around the museum itself.
Yes, the Deutsches Demokratische Republik Museum. You know, East Germany.
What a weird situation that shit was.
Honestly, it was a very good museum, though.
Yeah, you know, there's one thing people our age might not realize because we either did not look it up nor got it in school or whatever, in that specifically. I did not realize that Berlin was just landlocked by East Germany.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't aware of that.
Wait, I mean, look at a fucking map sometime.
I don't know. I assumed that the East German border was like straight to Berlin or something.
No.
Apparently, I got it wrong.
Yes.
Our forefathers, these dumbass fuckfaces, thought it was a good idea to divide Berlin into 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces?
4 districts, yes.
Between the Americans, the French, the British, and Russia.
Yep.
Or if you insist on making a differentiation between current-day Russia and communism era Russia, the USSR.
Yeah.
That's right? Because after a while I can't keep my acronyms apart anymore. I vaguely know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of bizarre T-posing looking stuff in here.
Yeah, it's also with LODs that you get T-poses. Oh yeah, I was doing the doctor visits. That's my girl, right? No. It's a hand card.
No,
Where my girl? Where my girl? Soon she is 30 and she will be infertile.
This plague of rats
give
has
up
been
on her.
my
Find
wit's end.
another woman.
Nah, because then it will take long again.
You better make lots of babies.
Yep.
Because you might lose one to plague.
Honestly,
Or
I've never had a kid dying in this game.
Or, for example,
In the few hours that
bad
I've played.
air. Or not in balance humoruses or
What shall I
whatever the
do?
fuck it was.
Yeah. No, but I've never had a kid die in the few hours that I've played this game.
Few hours?
Yeah.
Honest beer,
Didn't you
no
play
less.
this for days?
God bless.
No, not really. That was more Banished and Stellars or Civ.
Somebody should make a new version of this.
They are! They are making a new version of this, but it's a, you know... It has all the forbidden words of early access and such.
Of
This
course.
plague of rats has been my wit's end.
Hey.
With pleasure.
Stop moving around.
I did have a funny occasion when I recently replayed this game, though.
Yeah.
So, I was playing... I had gotten a couple of daughters in this game. And one of them
That was an interesting
got
conversation.
married.
Many thanks.
Yes, interesting conversation, sure.
Someone has fallen in love with
There we go. So, ask for hand. There we go. We can get married and get baby.
Madam with the perfect skin,
to be the
would you please marry me?
of my
That was an interesting conversation, thanks.
Faithfully forevermore.
No, but
Most
so,
gladly, sir.
got a couple of daughters. Started playing with one of them. She got married. Right. Now, when you're married and you want to make children, you have to plant your couple in the family home and click like a button like, hey, let's spend the night together. Right, which we are going
Did
to
she
do.
just on the spot change
Good work.
outfit?
Yes. So let's do that now, actually. Then I can
Okay.
show you.
We're gonna have the sexy times, people.
It doesn't show you anything. It's over
You
here.
don't
work.
even hear like
No.
Ah, boring.
No. Oh, I guess it will be for tomorrow.
It's fine.
I've been playing this for way too slow.
It's
Oh well.
fine.
No, so I'm parking my lady there, being like, "Hey, let's make a child, right?" And meanwhile, my husband is just never coming home. My husband is never coming home at all.
Mm-hmm.
He is sitting at the bar, drinking.
I am the master.
Where are you going?
Let's go.
To the house, you. Drinking all the time. And having conversations with one of the sisters.
The counting house has
I was like,
Quitting time? What's that?
There we go.
I promise to fulfill all your desires. This is 1400. We don't have that many tools.
Yeah. Honestly, they had ropes. They probably had animal spurs. They...
Look, I know that the Greeks had stone penises, but I can't imagine a Lesbos being all that satisfying. Not unless you have some good lubricant. Which I assume... Okay. Which I assume, at best, is like olive oil? Can olive oil work as a lubricant?
Maybe?
Or, by God, the lady has to be fucking wet. Because I can't imagine a stone dick going that well. This man is very confused because I'm bringing this up.
To be fair, like, if I see how many gloss dildos are being sold nowadays, I guess it...
Yeah, but we have lubricants very easily. That fit with our body.
True.
And I wonder, what is the lubricant of the prehistory?
They probably had their ways.
Just spit on it?
That could also work.
Spit a fuck ton on it? Still a lubricant to these days? Water doesn't work.
So you keep saying, but all lubes are water-based.
Yeah, but it's with other things in
Yeah,
it.
I know. I'm kidding.
All lubes are water-based.
Besides, not all lubes are water-based.
No, some of them are silicon-based.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Now we have a little start of a little family tree.
Yay!
Also,
Better make more babies.
Actually, let's first start off with, like, getting some stats. Yeah, let's just get handicrafts all the way up. And... let's take that one. I don't know what's meta. Like,
are you excusing yourselves for a 20-year-old game and not playing it right?
Yeah.
I don't even know how old this game is. From when is this?
I'm not entirely sure either, but it must have been like in that 2004 era, I believe.
You do realize we have not completely discussed our trip as well, right?
No. Yeah, we haven't.
We have talked about day 1. What did we do on day 2?
Day 2, we didn't go to the museum in Sully yet.
That was day 3.
That was day 3, I believe, as well. What did we do on day 2? Ah, yes, the Berliner Unterwelten.
Oh yeah, we went to watch some bunkers and get very depressed.
Bunkers and fallout shelters, which are guided tours. They are available in English, and yes, I'm going to plug them here because I personally think it was a really great tour. It helped that our tour guide was this very charming fellow, really fun guy.
He seemed to be a nerd about bunkers, yes.
Yes. But absolutely worth it. And just, yeah, if you ever happen to be in Berlin, check out the Unterwelten.
If it sounds weird that I'm saying getting depressed about bunkers, let's just say that even though people in the Cold War and the World War II built bunkers, as soon as the Atom Age started, it was kind of pointless.
It kind of was. That was pretty much the conclusion of the trip. Like, yeah, these things, they might have helped a bit, but a lot of asterisks on
one
there.
of my favorite details was like in the first bunker, which is the basic type. Who the fuck is going to sit in a bunker during a war?
Yeah.
It's not gonna be this fella. He's going to be
Nothing
out
but
fighting. It's gonna be me and children, basically. Women and children will be sitting in
Wagon is
these
rolling.
bunkers. Now, the first bunker is the most basic bunker.
Yeah.
Which means that if it has any power at all provided, it will be from the city grid.
Yeah.
What do you think will go out when there is a bombardment happening? The city grid, of course. You wanna know what their alternative was to the city grid? Crank that shit.
Yep.
With women and children. Hefty work.
Right away.
And what did you need power for? To have air inside the bunker.
Yep.
The place where you're cranking to bring air into the bunker? I'm sorry, there's no air being added to that place.
Yeah,
Fuck
it was
you.
not ventilated.
So, not only are we doing this with the on average weaker populace, because you can have very strong women, but that's not the average, so what are the odds that you're gonna have a very strong woman in your bunker? I don't know. Not that great, I imagine. And enough to be cranking an air machine together in heat, with limited air supply, with no air being added? I don't think that's gonna end up very well, is it?
Yeah, that was kind of the conclusion.
Yeah. And even the proper, the between quotation marks, top tier bunker was like, this is never gonna work.
Nope. So yeah, but yeah, we had the Berliner Unterwelten and the Bröhan Museum, which
We also did something before the Unterwelten, I remember. Oh yeah, Topographie des Terror.
Ah, yeah,
Which was more World War II stuff, because
Yeah.
I don't think you can go to Berlin and ignore all the World War II stuff. It would be kind of... I don't have a better term for this. Crass to not do that.
Unless you've maybe done it all before, but
Yeah, if you've done it all before,
there's plenty,
fine.
like...
But if it's the first time you go there, visit a couple of things of
Yeah,
that sort.
like this was one of like 5 options that I had on the list or something. Decide not to do too many.
Yeah, and we also visited like 2 Holocaust memorials.
Yeah.
One of which is... Can I make the joke? Or not?
I'm not gonna stop you. I'm gonna do the Chinese thing of like hiding out of the frame for a second.
Okay, imagine he's hiding out of the frame. The first memorial apparently is a little bit controversial, but I guess anything related to Jews is controversial, so it doesn't really matter, in my opinion.
Phrasing. Anyway.
I don't think people's opinion on it matters. It's fine that there is a memorial there. It does look imposing. But if you arrive there the first time, you might have the first reaction of like, somebody left their Blender project open in the middle of the city. I just couldn't help myself. Because it's a bunch of concrete bricks.
Giant bricks.
Giant concrete bricks. You can walk between the concrete bricks. They're twice the size of a human in height.
Yeah.
In some places.
I thought it was pretty nice.
It's supposed to look like a wave. And I kind of get the point, but it's, to be honest, it's kind of on the level, to me, of modern arts. Either you get it or you don't. So, it is not unusual for me to make a stupid joke about it, in my opinion. I at least understand why it's there, and I'm not gonna be like, get it away from me, it's stupid. That doesn't work.
No, that doesn't work.
It's far more important to have memorials for situations like this, because if we don't build anything at all, then we're just gonna forget it.
Yep.
The second memorial we visited, I found more effective, which was a tiny pool on Black Rock, I think.
Ah, yes, the Roma and what was the other?
The gypsy
group?
one.
Yeah, well, gypsy is a slur, so...
Okay, then I'm not gonna call them gypsies.
The Romani and there was another group
I don't
specifically
know
that
the
was
subgroup names.
Yeah.
The wandering people, is that okay?
No, I guess.
They're usually itinerant, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's also between quotation marks why they're hated, which is unfair.
Mm-hmm.
These are just
You
people
now
who are
have a
used to
son.
traveling. What's with the text everywhere?
We
What's the
haven't-
text balloon?
These are just.
No, these two people had text
Oh,
balloon.
they were talking, but that's just random stuff.
Okay.
You can listen in on it. Ooh, they're being saucy. My goodness, she is showing belly button. Whore!
In the 1400s, holy shit!
The fact that she is already showing hair is already like, Oh, she's a trollop!
We shall meet again soon.
Mystic. What?
She's a trollop.
Okay.
AKA probably a prostitute.
Oh, that's a. Okay, whatever.
I believe.
I do think that second memorial we saw was more effective in the sense that it felt a lot more solemn. It was kind of tiny, and
That's quite small.
B, it was surrounded by cobblestones. I think is the best way to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever it takes
That
me.
had the names of
hurry.
camps written on them, which is a kind reminder of how many there were.
Yep.
Because popular consciousness kind of keeps it at it's Auschwitz and that's where it ends, which is not really the case.
No, it's not. For one,
At least that's my experience of the popular consciousness, if I may say so.
we found the Belgian city of Mechelen in there.
Yay!
And it's like, yep, that's true. That's true.
It's the
had
place where
one.
we send people when they've been a bit too fascist in the country.
Yeah, yeah.
And I wonder how effective that is.
Yeah, we do that nowadays as a like, oh, this person has broken the negationism law.
Mm-hmm.
Let's send them to a educational trip to the Dossin-kazerne.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
Where would you
yeah.
like to go?
I don't know how effective it is. And, you know, it's also a kind of reminder of... oh god, what was it called again? Metallbau?
I don't know.
Where they
what-
researched the V2 rockets. That was also a camp.
yeah. I think that was, yeah. I don't remember the camp name, but I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, and it was actually... the name was very much related to a company at the time.
Could be.
Which is also shade! But it's also a nice reminder, like, these monuments and the Holocaust itself. And even the perspective that, for example, Wolfenstein: The New Colossus takes on it.
I know.
With like, oh, the Americans just surrendered themselves and fit right into fascism. Yeah, that's kind of true. Because it took World War II for there to be a massive mental shift on how we viewed each other.
Look,
How, and especially how we viewed the, between quotation marks, the other.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's how I experienced the history of it. And it's only been like, what, 100 years we've been trying to be nicer to each other?
It's a hard thing to quantify, to be honest.
It's a hard thing to quantify. Because, like, even the end of slavery in America wasn't really the end of oppression of black people. We're still not fucking there!
Far from it, I mean.
Let's be honest, because
I know.
policing is still harsher against black people.
Let's go.
It is self-reinforcing and a self-fulfilling prophecy often.
Anyway,
Because
we're again going very harshly off topic here. Weren't we talking about fun times in Berlin?
we were talking about fun times in Berlin, but there are some thoughtful things in Berlin as well. Looks like we might need to continue this next playthrough.
By then we'll have completely forgotten what we were
Okay,
even
do you
talking
wanna
about.
do a quick fire round now then?
So, what else have we seen in Berlin that was definitely worth it? We've been to the museum in Cell. Haven't seen all the musea that we wanted, but was cool. We've been inside the Berliner Dom. She was terrified of heights, but she still climbed all those fucking stairs. And we've also been to Tempelhofer Airfield. Again, quite a cool tour to actually do.
Would also recommend.
Would recommend. Try to go with nice weather so you can also go into the park after that. Because we were going while there was a storm starting, so...
It was very windy.
We avoided the park that day.
We just sat inside and cried.
Yes, pretty much. But yeah, so we had plenty of fun in Berlin. We'll
What did
definitely
we do Friday? What did we do Friday?
Oh yeah, the computer game museum.
There you go.
Yeah, which honestly I think that one's a lot more fun if you go with kids.
Yeah, bring your kids for that one.
If you have kids, go there. Otherwise, I'm not sure if it's worth it.
If you are already very much aware of video game history museum, video game history, then you don't need the museum.
Yeah.
There you go. That was a quick fire version. Yay!
Very quick fire.
I guess I scared you with all the introspective talk, huh?
You kind of did. Like, where's all this coming from?
Me becoming a bit more aware of our history every time I have to revisit it. Because sure, my nose has been pushed into it a couple of times throughout my life. But I'm pretty sure it wasn't effective on me as a teenager. Because as a teenager, it's kind of difficult to acknowledge that other people might be worse off than you. Unless you're one of the already worse off people.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Did you see your teenage self as such? Or are you like, woman, that was just you?
I mean, it's taken me forever to realize that, like, hey, yeah, like, Germany unified. That's like 3 years before I was born, kiddo. Just like, hey.
We've never known any different.
We never knew any different, but like any person slightly older than us does.
Yep.
And
even then, I think it's safe to say if you were 3 years old in 1989, you might still not be aware of it.
Of course not. But like, you know, any person 10 years older than us has, especially if they lived in Germany,
actively been aware of it.
Yes, and especially if you lived in Germany, it's like, yeah, you kind of grew up with the last days of the DDR, which is probably kind of weird.
Which is again why I come to that conclusion of like, it's only been a relatively short period of time in history where we have actively tried to work against our own instincts of discrimination, to be honest. Eugenetics was fine until 1940s.
Yeah.
Maybe even in the 1950s still.
Not really. As soon as it became clear what the Nazis had been trying to accomplish with it, it was like, ooh, yeah.
And it's one of those pseudoscience things that is pretty icky.
Yeah.
If you really think about it.
There's plenty of pseudoscience that popped up in the 1800s.
There was plenty of pseudoscience that popped up to explain why the white person was the better kind of person.
Yeah.
Fuck no. Let's be honest, white people are boring. We're boring.
Don't say that too loud, else every other white person will be like, what are you doing? And like every 10th white person will go, you race traitor.
I'm fine with being a race traitor in that case.
You're going full SJW here, sweetie. Okay, we have so much wheat that we might as well start getting some more barley. And maybe buy up that mill. Yeah, we have the money for it.
Get the mill.
Oh wait, no, I will first have to get a new title because you can only have 2 businesses as a yeoman.
Sir, please.
I'm certain you have come to purchase. You shall soon receive a dispatch.
Now I should become, I believe, citizen without full rights.
Without full rights?
Yeah. So you're a citizen, but you still don't have full rights. Like,
does that take a year and a day?
I have no clue. You can just pay for it, but like, yeah.
It's like a saying in Dutch, like if something has been a long time, it's been a year and a day.
Yeah.
And as best as I understand it, the origin of the saying is apparently if you started living in a new place, in the olden days, if you were there for a year and a day, you were considered a citizen of the place. But yeah, I think we've been for an hour now.
I think so as well.
More than an hour, because this is an hour since I started looking.
Okay. Well, people, here is a weird little game called The Guild 2, which is medieval Sims with actual gameplay, I suppose. It's super janky. It's a game that I have always been thinking about, like, it has so much potential, but God, do I want to see this executed so much better.
I'd say get started, but this is pretty big already.
It is pretty big. This is not something you whip out on your own.
No. So, see you next time, listeners.
See you next time.
I hope you enjoyed our rambling on about everything and anything.
And we hope we'll be a little more consistent from now on again.
Probably next time I won't be so existential, because we won't be talking about monuments, about horrible things we've done in the past.
No. I wonder what we will be talking about.
We'll see. Being locked down, probably.
Yeah. See you.
Toodaloo.